And until we recognize the enemy and fight the enemy, the real enemy, united in purpose, he'll just sit back and laugh at all of us. This past week, hear me carefully. I know some guys that I run with will probably want to rebuke me or email me for saying it like this. That's okay. Go ahead, send the letter. I'm still going to say it. A demonized white boy went in and killed innocent people in a church. And don't give me this liberal BS that he was a problem child. See, I knew I'd get you right there. I knew that's where I'd get you. We are all troubled children. I know very few people, there are some out there, but I know very few people who didn't grow up in a dysfunctional house. There are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of children out there who are adults today who were raised in the midst of divorced homes. And they hadn't gone into a church and killed innocent people. So don't give me that mess. There's a willful choice on all our parts. And we can go down a sin path, which this young man did, which anyone in here could do. He started down a sin path that opened up the door for demonic activity in his life. I got to stop, but I'll stop right here. Third ending. Sin opens the door for the enemy to come in with words of deception. And that is why it is so important that we take all our hurts, all our pains, all our burdens, all those feelings of injustice that we have, and that's why we take them to the cross and leave them right there rather than spew forth vile things from our mouth that allows the enemy to bring vile thoughts into our minds, that allows us to go over and over in a process of something until we begin to act out the thoughts that we have, and at that moment the enemy has us. And as far as I know, neither Democrats nor Republicans are going to cast out demons. That power belongs to the church alone. Still love me? I love you. I wouldn't bring a word like this. I just, let me tell you what I believe. Let me tell you what I really believe with all my heart. I really believe that God has called this church and this people for a time such as this. I believe it's part of my purpose for the latter part of my ministry to be a person that brings sweet water into bitter, and to bring reconciliation into places where there's warfare and discontentment. But that can't happen until there's willing parties on both sides, right? Maybe, just maybe, the people of Charleston, South Carolina, black and white, are being used of the Lord to teach this nation and the churches of this nation just how we're supposed to respond in moments like this. I don't know about you, and this isn't against any people group at all, because it's everybody, whether you're on one side or the other, caught up in the ungodly mess that's going on. But the first thought that went through my mind was, dear God in heaven, that couldn't have happened. Those poor people. My second thought was this: Charleston's going to burn. But Charleston didn't burn. And you know why Charleston didn't burn? Because in spite of national leaders and the news media going in there, I watched it. I saw it. These talking heads, these political pundits, going in and trying to stir up the hate and the anger on both sides even more. I saw it time and time again from both white and black. When the mic was put in their face, they'd say, this hurts, but this community will get through it. We will come together. And it was almost, I was watching Geraldo Rivera when he was doing it, and it was almost, there was almost a shocked look on his face when the camera panned over, and there was a circle of Christians, black and white and yellow, and they were linked arm in arms, and they were crying and weeping together and praying. It was so foreign like to him. And I thought, God in heaven, what would happen if the churches in every region would link arm in arm like that together?